5 o'clock.
I'm the worst offender. Madam Clerk.
We need a motion to adjourn the executive session.
Yes, and we did discuss the Persian DeWitt litigation in addition to the other litigation that I announced earlier today.
Okay, so we need a motion to adjourn the executive session.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Connectney is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
I have a motion to adjourn the council of the whole.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Connectney is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay. Roll call, please.
No, gotta do the.
Oh, sorry, do you?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Here. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Councilmember Connectney is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have it's a special night in Hackensack. We'll be doing a swearing in. Let me come down there. Yep.
The oath of office is here, which you have to sign. And we just need to.
Sir, do you want to bring some people up? I was going to hold the Bible. Bring all you want up. Okay. She's going to hold the Bible. You ready? There you go. Are we ready? Repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
Patrick Williams,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the police sergeant
of the police sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes, photographer, where are you? Who's my photographer? Before you leave, congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations. So happy. We love to have good stories like
Thank
this.
you so much.
So I see some
Oh,
of our brasses here, including our director.
Hi down here.
You guys want to come up? Say anything? Anybody want to say anything? Now is the time.
No,
I'll supervise.
Yeah, take a picture first.
come on, Ed.
Jump in there.
I'm going on the short side.
This way I look taller.
nice, very nice.
Smile.
Nice.
He's professional too.
That'll be $400.
On behalf of the department, I just want to congratulate you, and onward and upward. Good luck.
All right.
He's got a salute to the fire. You guys want to say anything? No?
No.
They said it all.
Nobody here.
I just need you to sign it.
Awesome. Congratulations again, Pat. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And you're required to post the photos. Yes, we have to post the photos.
Mark up everything else.
Ryan's gonna put on.
How's it going?
Where are we taking photos? I don't know, he's going that way.
Everything's getting better now. It was just Friday, just one day. I was very off. That's weird. Yeah, but I mean, I feel perfectly fine other than
Moving
that.
forward,
I just don't have a voice.
resolution 20-23. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot Vinny.
Okay, first, reminder, the city is hosting a monthly Facebook photo contest. Please submit a photo of a local park, landmark, or something you love. If your picture is chosen, the photo will be on the Facebook cover photo for 1 month. Check out our social media platforms for details. Our City of Hackensack Recreation Department is now hosting Zumba for kids and our kids game our kids game room. Check out social media for dates, times, and how to participate. The 2023 BCUA hazardous waste collection dates are now on our website. They also have some additional events for shredding as well as electronic and tire recycling. A short update from last meeting regarding the speeding on Spring Valley Avenue. The PD during a traffic enforcement detail reported that a total of 19 summonses were issued, 15 warnings, 5 advisements, and 1 impounded vehicle. Hackensack PD will continue to patrol this area. That's all I have now.
Okay, moving forward, new business, resolution 20-23.
Is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 1-2023. An ordinance to amend chapter 170 of the code of the city of Hackensack vehicles and traffic to add new handicap parking spaces in section 49.2. Parking for the handicap, this is on Main Street. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing. Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Anybody from the public who would like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing no members of the public coming forward, motion to close to the public.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Any motion to adopt?
Offer. Second. Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 1-2023 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Resolution 21-23.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 2-2023, an ordinance to amend chapter 175 of the code of the City of Hackensack zoning in order to establish additional supplemental standards for certain permitted uses in section 175-8.1. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for public hearing.
Motion to open to the public.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who would like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing no one from the public, motion to close to the public.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Need a motion to adopt.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 2-2023 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 22-23.
This is a resolution for the final adoption of ordinance number 3-2023, an ordinance to amend Chapter 170 of the Code of the City of Hackensack Vehicles and Traffic to add a new handicap parking space in Section 49.2, parking for the handicap on Pink Street. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Thank you. Motion to open to the public.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing no members from the public, motion to close to the public.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and the State of New Jersey that ordinance number 3-2023 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 23-23.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 4-2023, an ordinance to amend Chapter 170 of the Code of the City of Hackensack Vehicles and Traffic to add and remove a loading zone on Maple Avenue.
Need a motion, please.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 4-2023 is introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on February 7, 2023, at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 24-23.
This is a resolution for the transfer of the 2022 budget appropriations.
Need a motion.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Resolution 25-23.
A resolution authorizing tax refunds for state and court judgments.
Need a motion.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
We're on 25, correct?
Yes.
Aye. Resolution 26-23.
The resolution authorizing the payment of bills.
Need a motion, please.
Offer. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
I abstain. Okay, before we move forward with the consent agenda, Gary, you have something to pull?
Yes, resolution 29-23.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else to pull? Any conflicts? Okay, move forward.
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 27-23, a resolution authorizing renewal of inactive liquor license for K2 LLC for the 2022-2023 license term. Resolution 28-23, Resolution authorizing application to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs under the Local Recreation Improvement Grant Program for Baldwin Park. Resolution 30-23, a resolution authorizing City of Hackensack application for Green Acres, Columbus and Harbor Park improvements. Resolution 31-23 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract for animal control services for the County of Bergen through December 31st, 2026. Resolution 32-23 is a resolution authorizing a raffle license to the Hackensack Rotary Club and Hackensack High School PTSA. Resolution 33-23 is a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement with Otterstat Agency for Risk Management Services. Resolution 34-23 is a resolution authorizing removal of Bergen Risk as third-party administrator for the city's worker compensation, general and automotive liability insurance. Resolution 35-23 is a resolution concurring with the Planning Board's investigation, study and designating Block 356, Lot 1, 251 Railroad Avenue as an area in need of redevelopment for non-condemnation purposes. Resolution 36-23 is a resolution authorizing endorsement of proposed Bergen County Community Development Grants for 2022. And Resolution 37-23 is a resolution conditionally designating 463 Main Street Urban Renewal LLC as redeveloper of Block 411, lots 2.01, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18 within the 463-483 Main Street redevelopment plan area.
Motion to adopt the consent agenda as it was just read.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Okay, now we have to do resolution 29-23 is a resolution authorizing the City of Hackensack through the City of Hackensack Police Department to participate in the Defense Logistics Agency Law Enforcement Support Office 1033 program to enable the City of Hackensack Police Department to request and acquire excess Department of Defense equipment.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Abstain.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Okay, that's it.
With that, I need a motion to open the
Second.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public like to speak, please come forward, give your name to the clerk, you will have 3 minutes.
Rich Zerbo, Spring Valley Avenue. I was glad to hear from Mr. Caruso that they're paying attention to Spring Valley Avenue. It is threatening at times when a bus goes by, okay, during rush hour at, 55 miles an hour. I'm telling you, down to the corner of Main Street, it's threatening a bus that large going by that fast. Trucks, everything, and the cars, of course, thrown in. So thank you for paying attention to that. I really do appreciate that. It's really bothering. It's a bother. It's troubling to even be out in front of the house, sweeping up some leaves or something. Okay, so that's enough. I don't want to get under your skin, Mr. LaBrosse, because I have total respect for you, no question. But I was hoping to hear that there's no taxpayer link to the name-calling story I saw on the front page of a local newspaper recently. Your campaign during a board election using, some kind of name-calling, and a judgment was found against you. And I just hope there's no taxpayer funds going to that. I mean, you're going to pay that yourself, right? Well, Mr. Kleiman can answer if he wants to, so, but, no, nothing?
No, I would, well, why don't you use your time up, Rich?
All right, and the last thing, but that's important because it's just, seeing a story, that paper comes every Friday morning. It's a local chronicle, But it was just it was an awful story, it really was, that is what we're paying for. Because we have to pay our taxes next week even, so. All right, so lastly is, last week I asked for some kind of printout or some kind of log about all these buildings, what's going on with them, where they are, what they pay, what's the occupancy, all that, something. I don't know, we don't know anything. Every time we turn around, there's another building on another corner. And now I hear there's gonna be more buildings on more corners. So, I don't know, I just think if we put it into kind of a perspective that the taxpayers can actually say, hey, wow, at least we know now that this is this and this is that, and wow, maybe it is worth it all. But I would appreciate that. And I think Ms. Canestrino agreed that it was a good idea too, so thank you.
Just to be clear, a few things about the litigation that was mentioned. There was no judgment against the mayor or any finding of any issues with him. There was a small settlement that was determined to be paid by insurance carriers, not by the city. I have no further comment on the case.
And as far, we're working on, we're gonna do a presentation on redevelopment, just give us some time to get ourselves organized. And, I think that is a good idea and we are gonna do it. But, in the meantime, if you want, if you just look, if you go to the redevelopment page on the city's website, there's a project page on each of the existing ones. If you care to, you can look through them and see it. But I did agree with you, and I think that it's time for us to do a presentation, and we're planning to do it, Rich.
Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Sorry. I think that's a great idea too, so the taxpayers, everything we told them that was gonna happen is happening, so we should let them know that.
Obviously,
Absolutely, great. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Sir? Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gary, 385 Simons. Currently, right now, I think everyone has noticed that PSE&G has been doing work in the streets. They've been replacing the gas lines going into a lot of the residential homes. So I think a couple of weeks ago, after they finished the work on my block, I noticed that my sewer line leaving my home has been backed up. I noticed it about a couple of days. And it's progressively gotten worse. And right now, I'm really at a situation where, it's very difficult to do daily things of, washing clothes and stuff like that. So I was wondering, I made preparations for a contractor to come out, a plumber. He came out, he snaked the line, he staked from my house to my access port in my front lawn, and he also did the same thing from that port to the curb. But now he tells me that he can't go past the curb because that is the city's responsibility. So I called PSE&G, I reached out to a representative, they sent a technician out. I told the technician what the status was, and he said, oh, well, we didn't actually do the work, we subcontracted out to another company. So we'll reach out to that company to see if maybe something may have compromised, and when they went to excavate, they may have compromised my line past the property out to the street. So a gentleman came out, a really nice person, came out and says, well, sometimes these things do happen. Usually when we catch it, we'll fix it right there on the spot. But maybe this is a situation where the guys did something and maybe they didn't notice something happened. So if the city can come and mark in the area of where the sewer line passed my property out to the main, we can kind of excavate and see if there's something happened, and we'll fix it if we did something. So right now, on the works, we're trying to get the city to come out, but I was told that from the property line to the main, I'm responsible. I said, well, wait a minute, that's the city. How can I be responsible? That's the street. I can't call a contractor to dig up the street and say, replace the line. So I'm kind of like I'm caught in between. So the plumber says only the property line, but the city says we only do up to we only deal with the city. So Is there any kind of resolution for maybe residents?
Well, I'm surprised they would throw that back on the homeowner, because really, they're the ones who dig up the streets, it's public service. So why is the public service the one, they totally mark the streets all the time.
We had a similar incident with another one of these gas lines that we put in, and PSE&G, in fact, did damage the sewer line, and they
Right.
replaced it immediately. But the information that your plumber gave you regarding the connection
Right,
from the curb to the main
right.
was incorrect. The city's only responsible from the main. The connection from the main to the home, even the portion that's in the street,
Right.
is the responsibility of the homeowner. Some towns are different. Some towns it's at the curb line. That may
Right.
be why he was saying that.
Okay.
There's some towns that'll end at the curb line, and then the city would be responsible from the curb to the main. But in the Hackensack's case, it's from the main, the connection.
All the way
The main
back. Right.
connection. So, just give me your address,
Okay.
and I'll get a contact number from you,
Okay.
and I will look into it tomorrow, and I'll have my project management team come out and take a look at
Okay, great.
it. All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, and if possible, I would try to get public service to come out.
Oh,
because
well,
then
we're
once
gonna,
you get to that-
that's gonna be
You
what
know,
we're gonna do. PSCG's gonna have.
Because what's gonna happen is, if 40 of these happen while they're replacing all these lines over the next few years, we're gonna be
Right.
taking up our own street when it should be them doing it.
Yeah.
But are they repaving this afterwards? I mean, the area,
Well, they have to.
pave half the street. I
They have to,
know.
yeah, at a minimum, they have to pay half the street,
Right.
which is ridiculous, but.
We should change
they
that
do it
ordinance
everywhere.
too.
They do it
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully it's resolved. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Now is your opportunity. Seeing no one from the public. Motion to close to the public. All in favor? Aye. None opposed? None opposed. Steph?
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Just wanted to start by congratulating Police Sergeant Williams on his promotion. We appreciate your service and everything you do for our city. On tonight's agenda, we approved a resolution authorizing the city's application to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for improvements to Bolton Park. Some of the improvements will include ADA accessibility and improvements to the baseball softball field, which is currently there. If anyone's familiar with Baldwin Park, it definitely needs some improvements, and we're hoping that it will comply with the District 6 Challenger League. And if you're not familiar with that league, it's a wonderful league that's run by District 6 of the league, where they work with youth and young adults with various abilities. So making that field available to them and having mentors that play youth baseball and softball to work with them would be something really amazing. So, I'm hoping that happens, and I think we'll support that. Last but not least, thanks to Aaron and Chris for presenting during the committee of the whole meeting. We appreciate the reviews of where we are with our many projects in the city with our recreation and parks. And the status of these projects were highlighted. I think that's important to kind of know where we are, but as you can see, there's a lot going on with recreation and facilities, and we're proud of that. And it's just another step forward to making sure our parks are and our programs are up to par with all our neighboring towns, and offer good programs for our youth and all of us, our citizens. So thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thanks, Steph. Again, also congratulating our new Sergeant Patrick Williams. Nice to see these accomplishments and to be part of the rewarding of the success of these fine young men that we have in our police department. And it was also great, he had a lot of family and friends and fellow police officers that came to support him. And that's the fun part of what we did here, so it was really nice to see that. Just a couple of things tonight of interest to me, having to do with redevelopment. There was a resolution on for 251 Railroad Place. An investigation study is being done to put up 24 units there that will be all affordable units. So I think this would be a nice compliment to the city, and this is the first step, basically, during the investigation study that's already been presented to the planning board. Then there was another one on for 463 Main Street. Those of you that remember it as Bruce the Bed King. So it's that piece of property, and I think an adjacent property And tonight was just the developer designation of that property, and that's something that would be done in preparation for planning board. Hopefully, they'll be coming to the planning board soon in the next couple of months, and they're looking to put about 130 units into that piece of property there as well. Pretty much that's all that I have for tonight. Thanks for coming or listening or watching online, and have a pleasant evening, everyone.
And you're gonna sound like a broken record, because I too am gonna congratulate Sergeant Williams on becoming a sergeant. It was nice to see you.
Mayor, you want to do Jerry first?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. Skipping Jerry.
It's okay, Mayor. I just want to thank everyone for coming. Take care and God bless.
If you're not next to me, I keep forgetting you're up there.
Next time, right there, we're gonna see you in
Next
person.
month, we're gonna see you in person. I hope.
I'm getting close.
God willing. So, yes, it was great swearing in Sergeant Williams tonight in front of his family and friends and fellow officers. And, yeah, it was funny because some of the brass were here wasn't that long ago, we were swearing them in as sergeants, and now they're captains and lieutenants, so that's a great thing. Again, parks, we're moving forward, full steam ahead, fixing up our parks. They're looking great. Can't wait till Stive is done, hopefully early spring. Want to take a minute to think of our Councilman Leo Battaglia, who couldn't be here tonight. He's just had some issues and wasn't able to attend tonight. But everybody, keep him in your prayers. And to Jerry Carroll, who's been unfortunately designated to Zoom meetings for the lone councilman up there. I feel bad for him. He had a little bit of an accident about 6 months ago, and he's still just about done recovering, so we can't wait to have you back, Jerry. I'm going to speak to, and I'm probably going to involve the city attorney in this a little bit. We received an email from a citizen this week about why our police department is armed, and why do they have rifles, and why do we have such vehicles, and stuff of that nature. And in the same week, we had, just in California, we had 3 mass shootings in a week, all right? Now, I understand people's angst about, guns and everything else, but it's imperative that our police department is armed to keep these citizens, us safe, all right? The last thing I would want is to have a mass shooting anywhere, but especially not here, all right? And our police department isn't equipped to handle it, all right? As far as the SWAT vehicles or whatever they call them, those were government, excess surplus vehicles that I think we got for $1 a piece, and we refurbished them. We didn't go spend a lot of taxpayer money on them. I think the whole thing, kit and caboodle, cost us a couple $1,000 to put 3 vehicles on the road, which are also used in high water rescues. We have a lot of flooding here, so we can use those vehicles for that. Yeah, they're military looking, but you know what? We have a purpose for them, and they get used, and they really didn't cost us a lot of money. But I was a little taken back by that we actually have citizens want to disarm our police department. And in today's society, I think that's the last thing you want to do. What you want to do is train your police department to do the right thing all the time, and that's what we do. So with that, I need a motion to close the evening.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Councilmember Battaglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.